A question for the manager, and then Richard, if you can take it, just your thoughts on being here in the United States in this preseason tour.
We just arrived yesterday, and it was a long haul for us because we just came back from pre-season. As you well know, the heat is pretty severe at the minute, and it's a bit different for us. But we're here to do some work, and we're here to play, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a really tough game for us.
Richard, your thoughts on being here?
Yeah, I think all the players are players, you know. America's a good place, and obviously the league's improved a lot over the last few years, so it'll be a good test for us and to see where we are in terms of our own fitness and our level, and hopefully good preparation for the season.
Your countryman, Robbie Keane, came to Los Angeles about last year. Have you talked to him about the league at all? Has he talked about the growth of the sport in the United States?
Yeah, he's really enjoyed himself, you know, he's had a great time. And it was a move that he wanted to go to for a long time. He's been really impressed with the setups around the place, and the setup on Galaxy is one of the best he's ever been to, you know, so it helps, I suppose, with the facilities and stuff like that around, and the players can improve. I'm sure the league, it's only going to get better over the years, and they've probably some good players for the choices made coming out.
Paul, talk about how MLS might not be the greatest skill level league, but it's definitely a physical league. How it helps prepare your guys for the upcoming season.
I think I don't think she's underestimated. Really don't. I think I know Scotland came over here a couple of months ago and get well beaten by the American national team. So I don't think you can undersell it. I think there's some really good players on it. I think it's a really improving league, no doubt about it. We're in for a hard game, really tough game, but we're only a week or so into pre-season for ourselves. We've had one game, and that was a Saturday, so we've still got a long way to go, but we're improving, I think. I think the fitness levels are getting better, but playing a game tomorrow night is going to be really tough for us, but we'll do everything we can to make it competitive as we can, but also know Philadelphia played a lot of games this season, and it's something that we're looking forward to.
John and Carlos, your thoughts on Aston Villa and this friendly, and what do you know about Aston Villa in general?
You want to go first, or you want me to go? Well, first of all, it's a great honor to have Aston Villa here at PPL and in Philadelphia, and we're happy and honored for you guys to be here. This is part of their preseason. As Coach Lambert said, they're working very hard, and we understand that. We're also in a busy stretch of our own season. A little interesting that we're in the middle of our season and they're in preseason. But I think it's a great opportunity for two teams to play a good football match. And certainly for our fans and for our players, it'll be fantastic to play against an EPL side.
Yeah, I think they are a great team. They are a fantastic team. For me, one of the best teams in England. One of the best leagues around the world. And I think the game will be great for us because there is always something to learn from them. It's a good game for us to learn a lot of things from them, and at the same time to give some minutes for the guys who are not playing.
And Paul, just what are your thoughts on PPL Park so far? I know you first got here, but just initial impressions.
The facilities are fantastic. It really is, and I've not really been out in the pitch at the minute, but it looks great. I don't think it's an old stadium, so it's something we're looking forward to. It really is. It'll be really tough for us, but the facilities you've got here are first class.
And Eric Lehigh's first cap came here as a national team. Do you think he's excited to come back to this building? Or?
I'm pretty sure he is. I think anybody that's coming back into their own country always has don't want to say a thing to prove, but the feeling will be a little bit different for him to the other lads. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's looking forward to it. And obviously we've got another 2 games after this one, so I think him and Brad will enjoy being back in their homeland. Really.
Oh, there's a lot of speculation about Brad's future, perhaps, before he signed that new 3-year deal a couple of days ago. What's the significance of that going forward?
I think it's important for ourselves to, because I was just new to the football club, that I didn't know the situation why he was going to leave in the first place. And I think it was important to try and find out what the situation was, and I managed to talk to him. And he's been great, to be fair to him. He's been very good. He seems very enthusiastic, which I think is important. And the games he did play, Rich will probably tell you better than I did, I thought he done really fine in the games he did play. And for him to just go as easy as what he was going to go, I thought was a little bit precarious. And I had a chat with him, and he was great, really good, really top, seems a top lad, top pro, which maybe you'll get a chance to everybody else.
Richard, obviously, last season was not the best season for Aston Villa. You know, prior to that, there was a couple seasons in a row where there was a couple 6th-place finishes, and you guys were sort of right on the cusp of Europe. What does it take for this team to sort of get it turned around and get back to the top 10 this year?
Not an awful lot. I mean, we've still got a lot of good players at the club. We've just gone through probably a transitional period where we've had quite a few managers who've been torn over players, and hopefully now, managers come in, we can get back on the right road. And like I said, I don't think we're anything else away. It's just getting the attitude right and getting our belief right, I suppose, and building our confidence, and then we can go and we can be that top 6 away again, hopefully.
Paul, your thoughts on that?
I can't comment really on the last 2 years of what's happened to the football club. I know Rich has been here longer than I have, and you've had some really successful times. It's a massive football club, there's no doubt about it. It's a huge football club with great tradition and fan base that it's got. It's a big job for us to come in and try and improve it, which we'll do everything we can to do that. But it'll be tough, really, really tough. But those lads there, I think, are really good players. Richard just came back off of the Euros, and the great thing for himself. So that's something I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for the season to begin, but you have to do this hard work before we get there, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
John, talk about how valuable this experience is for your players to go against a top flight type team.
I think it's just that, we have, we have guys that have been fighting week in and week out within our own league. And at the same time, we have some guys that have been working hard and training and deserve an opportunity. And to play a game against Aston Villa and an EPL side is really a pretty motivating factor for some young guys in our roster.
John, the last couple of years have been a couple of midsummer friendlies where you guys sort of have a break. Normally the team's been playing well coming up into that break. So anything you've learned from the last 2 years and having these sort of friendlies and these breaks as far as what you can do to sort of keep the momentum going in the league when these exhibitions are over?
Yeah, I mean, these exhibitions it's strange for most football teams around the world to understand that they're playing a friendly in the middle of your season. It's very unique to our American culture that we do that. But we understand it. It's part of the business plan, and really it's an honor for us to have teams like Aston Villa come over and play here at PPL Park and in Philadelphia in general. So what we have to do is we just have to manage our roster, understand that some players who might need a little rest within the season take that opportunity, and it's a great chance for some players who aren't playing regularly to get some very valuable minutes.
Carlos, is it good to get a little bit of a break in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I think, as I said before, it's amazing playing these kind of games. Doesn't matter if it's a friendly game or whatever. Always it's good for us because they have a lot of things to teach us. So I think it's very important.
Paul, because of the conditions and where you're at with pre-season, only being a week into another game where we might see you kind of utilise most of your squad tomorrow night.
Yeah. No, that goes without saying. And some of the lads have only played 45 minutes on Saturday. I think we were nowhere near the fitness level that you want to get to at the minutes. As I said, we've just been back just over a week or so. So no, and for people like Richard and Shay who just joined us, not done much. So no, the whole squad will get used. Yeah.
What the lads said about training in these sweltering conditions?
Well, we just trained this morning, and it wasn't. I don't think we can train anyone with this heat. I think it's really severe, and it's hard for us coming from a climate where we're not used to this sort of temperature. But the lads will lose a lot of fluid, as everybody knows, and yeah, for some of them might lose some weight, doesn't it? So no, I think. Listen, it's for us, it's for training. I know how hard it's going to be, but it's for a fitness thing as well that we have to get the lads up to speed. And yeah, if it's 45 minutes, then we do that, and then we go into the next games that we've got to do and get them up to speed. Really.
Richard, it's been a fairly kind of fierce welcome back, hasn't it, really? A couple of weeks off after the Euros, and then being thrust into this environment.
Yeah, it was tough this morning as well. I think quite a few of the lads struggled to sleep as well, you know, so they're up early. To go out, and it was just energy sapping just straight away. Down. It's tough if we're staying back at the rest of the players, but not here. It's twice as difficult.
Yeah, Paul mentioned Brad Guza. How pleased are you that he's committed to delivering?
Yes, I think everyone was disappointed, when he decided today, because apart from being a good goalkeeper, he's a great character to have around the place, and he would have been a big miss in the dressing room if he wasn't there, But like I said, the games that he played last season, he was outstanding, and lucky that he didn't keep his place. But it's tough. We've got a few good goalkeepers, so it's hard. But as a player and a person, he's brilliant, and everyone's still here to play his man.
Yeah, you allude to his character there. He is a brilliant man to have in the squad, because he's got that, and he gives everyone else a lift, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's a really positive person. He's always happy and he's always cheerful, so he's a good person to have around, and even when we arrived yesterday, he always was already here, and he was everything everyone involved in, shouting up on the corridor, so it was good to see him.
Yeah. Paul, John mentioned the fact that the Union are halfway into their season. Is that useful in a way for your team to be playing some who are into the games now, and to sort of step up for the fitness and the challenge for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think John just said himself there, the younger ones will get something to prove, and that makes it even harder for ourselves as well, because young players want to try and improve every time. Them being in the season definitely makes it more difficult for us. But I'm sure once the lads are here, and there's a bit of an atmosphere in the game that will things like that you'll forget. As I said, it's only some of them will play 45 minutes as normal. And yeah, this is a big test for us.
Well, there should be a decent crowd, but as there will be in the other two, that there was at Birmingham, there will be in Forest and Peterborough, I'm sure. And to play in that environment ahead of a long season has to be a benefit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm also sure what sort of crowd we're going to face tomorrow. I'm not sure how many people come and watch it, but for our own selves it's important. If we do get a following from England, then it's up to us. We have to go and try and win the game. Even though it's a friendly, you want to go and try and win it and get into that habit of winning. It's not the be all and end all, but it gives you certainly a good habit of winning.
It gives you a healthy glow. But are there any other benefits from the heat? Training in this.
Other than sunburn. I think it's really tough, and if this is the sort of weather they get here every summer, then I certainly ain't coming here for my holiday. So, it's really strong, really, really strong. I felt it myself, and I'm just standing watching it. So the lads are under immense pressure with the heat in the games. It's unforgiving, really is unforgiving. But the lads' attitude and the way they train, I've got no problems.
Carlos, any Villa players who you like particularly, you're looking forward to playing against tomorrow night?
Selected.
I think any player in particular, I think they have a great team, fantastic team. Because I know Aston Villa is one of the best teams in England, the Premier League, and it's wonderful being here and knowing all those guys. It's a good experience, only thing is we need to do is try to take advantage for this kind of games and have some fun.
Any other questions? No? All right, thank you, everybody.